Jags won the division. Chiefs had already won the division. But were they going to close out the #1 seed? This happened before Jaguars, Titans, Mahomes. Looking left, 0-0. He's going to go? He just pitches it there to McKinnon. Adorable. McKinnon scores it. Jerick McKinnon has had a huge season. We're going to talk about him. And then there's this. Ring around the rosy, a.k.a. snow globe. They go into a direct snap to McKinnon, who then fakes it to Tony, pitches it to Mahomes, tosses it to Tony. Tony then breaks a tackle in the backfield, is able to go all the way in for a touchdown, but then there's a flag. Oh, there's a flag.
What, flag the play for being too cool?
Come on. Guess what? They get the ball. They do this instead. Tony, left, touchdown. Kadarius Toney was really good in this game. Young Joker showed up. Chiefs fired up. This one was never in doubt. Kelsey excited. Mahomes excited. They know there's plenty more. How about Isaiah Pacheco, 64 yards and an angry run of 2. Chiefs win 31-13. But we could talk about the season. Let's talk about Snow Globe. Here is Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid on the trick play that had everyone buzzing on Saturday.
Like reindeer person, the Arctic Circle, snow globe. I mean, I just call it snow globe's the easiest way to. That's why I said it out there. It's the easiest way to say it. It's a long play call, but yeah, it was something we had kind of practiced on actually last year of doing that kind of getting confusion going and getting to the line and snapping it. We didn't get the chance to run it last year. It kind of got thrown, not away, but you kind of, as you season gets started up, you go back to the basics. And as the season went back on, I was like kind of nudging Coach Reid. I was like, hey, let's bring it back in a different way. And
we've done it. We've kind of messed around with it in practice, but Pat, we call it the laboratory in there. He gets the guys down there, and then they don't put their name on it. They just bring it to me, and I've got 51% of the vote. So if I like it, you know, we go with it.
Yeah.
Andy Reid would not approve. That wasn't how he.
Was there a certain member of the Chiefs offense you felt like in that whole thing?
That was it. I felt like Pacheco.
You did? I was Creed Humphrey. I was them. I felt great.
I'm Mahomes. I want to be the quarterback.
Kelsey?
Jimmy ended up with
Andy Reid. Andy Reid.
I was Andy Reid. Oh, yeah, I'm Andy Reid. Let's go. All right, here, we're going to run a play. We're going to talk about how the Chiefs officially locked it. What's up, Anthony? How they locked themselves into the 1 seed, all right? The Chiefs are heading into the postseason now. Can they do anything wrong at this point? Kyle.
I'm dizzy. Like, how did they even run that play? No. They're actually giving themselves a handicap of being dizzy against the Raiders, and they still ran it.
Yeah.
I want to take a second and just say the Chiefs are here. They're the 1 seed in the AFC. Devontae Adams showed up. Chandler Jones showed up. Russell Wilson showed up. The Chargers... Doesn't matter. It doesn't. I just think we need to take 1 second before we launch into this playoff thing. The Chiefs are still the Chiefs. They're here. I have this sort of like playfully adversarial relationship with Chiefs fans where I bust their chops and they bust mine. Guys, full respect. It's an unbelievable thing that you did. You're literally in Week 18 doing children's games against the Raiders. That's how much you're laughing at what this division was supposed to become. Everyone who said it would be, including me, was wrong. It's the Chiefs. It's the Chiefs. It's the Chiefs. It's incredible.
Yeah, and it's like, it's not just the same old Chiefs. I think they're different. You lose Tyreek Hill this offseason, you have to find ways to kind of address it. And I thought they were throwing deep balls to Justin Watson, and they were trying to get other guys involved. But the running backs have been huge. Jerick McKinnon had a huge regular season. You look at the leaders in receiving touchdowns.
He's doing
this
Marshall
season.
Faulk things.
Guys, look at it, Byron. He's got 9 receiving touchdowns, way more than anyone else in the league.
And Eckler had 600 catches, and he has more than him. It's incredible.
And then it's not just McKinnon. Pacheco, we love him here on the show. He's a Rutgers guy, Jersey guy. We talked about him all summer. Pacheco comes out. I mean, he had an 830-yard season. That's the most ever by a Chief since 2017. Pacheco, 7th-round pick out of Rutgers. They have a backfield. They have different weapons. They are hard to solve, and they haven't lost in forever. I think the Chiefs are legit, and to your point, we try talking about all the other shiny objects. Sometimes we take for granted just how good they are.
No doubt about it. And we talked about the snow globe. You guys are hitting on the offense and how well they've played. I mean, Chris Jones. Is anybody watching this guy on the defensive side of the ball? An interior lineman, 15.5 sacks. He was dominant on Saturday. 10 pressures all after the quarterback, and their defense has been really good. These guys have stepped up and have risen to the occasion every single time they've been out there. So when you look at this Kansas City Chiefs team, yes, it is Mahomes and it is Travis Kelce and now Pacheco and all of these guys who are making plays each and every Sunday, the fascinating plays that they come up with. But the defense has still been able to hold up their end of the bargain, and a lot of it has to do with Chris Jones and the way he plays and the way he just dominates up front.
I decided after watching that game, I'm going to file statistical paperwork to, just for the Chiefs, change their red zone to the 50-yard line, because it feels like every time they get onto that side of the field, the closer they get to the end zone, it's happening. You guys, it's like when I get to the end of the line, it's taco place. You want guacamole? Yes. Like when I get to on the plane, do you want red or white wine? Red. Yes. Like it just, these things just happen. You don't realize it's happening until it's unfolded right in front of you. And frankly, wearing this headset, if I was Andy Reid, it's like, oh, you want to go for 2? Yes. Like, does he even have this voice in his head that just tells him that, like,
don't
this
press
is
buttons.
I know. I'm really listening to the show right now in my ear. This is very distracting. But if I was Andy Reid and I was wearing this headset, you just hit the 50 and you're like, go for it. Go for it. Go for it. It's just happen. The decisions are just, it's made.
Can we shout out Danny, Ryan, Maddie, our fellow teammates who came out here and they executed the snow globe to perfection.
Kyle was kind of out of breath when he started talking
I'm
from
out of shape,
just the huddle.
Yeah,
you made it through, though.
40 pounds overweight at the end of the season. Jamie's going to throw us to NFL now if she has a few buttons on that.
I know, let's
Don't
do
do
it.
that, Jamie. Anyway, sometimes, you know, when a player is fouled in the NBA and he'll just take like a shot from 3 just for fun,
let him
and Kevin Garnett would jump up